some attention, 20 niggas have showed them attention.
Facts.
So women don't trip off attention like men do. Okay? Now when a man gets some attention from a woman, we geeks.
Yes.
Because that don't happen to us all the time.
Except Rip.
Except Rip.
You know?
Like Rip said, everybody subscribe on YouTube. Facts. U and U Radio. That's the letter U, the and sign, the letter U, radio.
91 degrees outside.
You gotta love it.
Always been my favorite time of the year.
You gotta love it. Windows down sometimes, depending on that level of heat.
Yeah, right. Right about that.
The ladies are dressing less, and y'all looking. I ain't looking because I'm faithful. It's the You and You podcast, baby. We are here. We are live and direct. Talk to them, Littles. Talk to them. What we got popping?
What up? What up?
It's my man Littles on the mic. He's gonna break it down, get us started. We starting a new segment here. We're gonna call this bullshit news. Go ahead, Littles. Kick it to him.
What's up? It's your boy Littles. I'm gonna start with some quick notes about a few things that happened since we last met.
That's what's up.
First, we got the Wonder Woman came out. Anybody check that out? In the podcast?
I haven't seen it.
I know it made a lot of money.
You seen it, Littles?
Yeah, of course I seen.
Was it good?
It was great in my opinion.
It was great.
It was great in my opinion.
How many stars are you giving it?
Out of 4 stars, I give it 3.
Okay, out of 4 stars, let's do 5. We're gonna do 5 star.
Okay. 5 stars, I give it 4.
Okay, 5 stars, you giving it a 4. Yeah. So you're basically saying, this is Little's picks now. Wonder Woman is a must-see.
Yes, if you're a comic book fan, you gotta see it.
Okay.
I'm gonna watch it tonight.
Okay, people. There you have it. First up, Wonder Woman. He said it's a must-see. Talk to us, Little.
All right, about Wonder Woman. It was the #1 movie yet again for the second week.
I heard about that.
And it was the top grossing movie by a female director ever.
Wow.
I didn't know a female director did. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Shout out to Patty Jenkins. She did that.
Cool.
Like I said, it's the best movie of the DC new universe so far. And hopefully this get them on track for Justice League dropping in November.
I am actually looking forward to that.
Yeah, too.
And I said I was
Justice
going to go
League.
see the Wonder Woman because of the Justice
I'm
League.
gonna mess with it.
Yeah, because they with Batman vs Superman wasn't that good. If
I
you keep
liked
it on-
it. I actually liked it.
I liked it too.
I thought it was. I thought it was a setup movie.
I saw it in
I
theater
didn't
with
watch
Rip.
the whole movie.
I saw it in theater with Rip. It
fell
was
asleep.
okay. But if you can see the Blu-ray edition that's a little longer, that makes the movie a lot better.
Really?
Yeah, it's just like 25 minutes of uncut stuff in there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it makes it a little better. But
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I actually liked the movie, though. But keep on cracking.
On to newer movies. Tom Cruise dropped The Mummy this week.
I've been seeing the
I'm pressed to see
previews.
that.
Yeah, I caught that Friday morning. It was surprisingly good because I thought it was going to be terrible.
Really?
I thought it was gonna be terrible.
It looked very bad.
Really? So out of 5 stars, you're giving it what?
That's about a 3.5.
3.5. Is
That's
it
not
a
too bad.
must-see?
Nah, you can wait for other ways to see it.
I follow you.
I got you.
Everybody out there in You and You world, I think you know what he means by that. All right, so break it down a little bit without telling the movie.
Well, basically, Tom Cruise is a military man. He's basically he's a thief,
Got you.
and he stumbles upon something he's not supposed to and unleashes something he shouldn't. I'm trying to keep it very vague so I don't spoil anything.
Got
Right.
you.
Right.
Okay.
We don't get no spoilers away on here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, the mummy basically tags him as a partner, and she basically will do anything to have him.
Got you.
Yeah. So pretty much.
Okay, I like it. All right, but
Yeah.
but it's not something I need to rush to see.
No, not really. Unless you're a diehard Tom Cruise fan and
Got
you
you.
got to see his stuff in the theaters.
Got
but
you.
You can miss it.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah. Also with the Mummy, that's the start of a new universe. Universal Studios is dropping the Dark Universe.
Oh wow.
They're bringing back all the 30s classics like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Wow.
That's played by Russell Crowe, who's also in The Mummy.
Got you.
A new Dracula movie's coming.
Wow.
Creature from the Black Lagoon. Hunchback of Notre Dame. The Wolfman. The rumor is they're going to get The Rock to be the Wolfman.
Oh, wow.
That's the rumor.
Okay.
But the confirmed 2 new movies are The Invisible Man starring Johnny Depp.
I like the first one.
And The Bride of Frankenstein with Javier Bardem. You may not know that name, but he was the bad guy in No Country for Old Men.
Okay.
Have you ever seen that?
Yeah.
And the rumor is they're going to try to get Angelina Jolie to play the bride.
Wow.
So those two are confirmed.
He's also in the Pirates of the Caribbean movie.
Yes,
right?
yes, he is.
Okay.
He's the bad guy in that too.
Yes.
He's
yes.
working.
Yeah.
Speak. Okay, I'm gonna let you go, and then I'm gonna ask. Go ahead.
Okay. Oh, okay. I just want to wrap up with something very important.
Okay.
I know everybody saw the finals, but not for the game. Everybody saw the Black Panther trailer,
Yes.
or as I call it, the Black Excellence trailer.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So we definitely looking forward to the Black Panther.
Yeah, just peep the cast that's in there. Michael B. Jordan,
Yeah.
Lupita Nyong'o, Angela Bassett,
Wow.
Daniel Kaluuya, a.k.a. Little Sunken Place from Get Out.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Forrest Whitaker.
True that.
And, of course, Chadwick Boseman is the title character, Black Panther.
Right.
Power, that black power.
And it's also directed by Ryan Coogler, who did Fruitvale Station and Creed.
Wow. Rip, is your mic on?
Yeah, it's on.
Okay, cool.
Chadwick Boseman, he
Yeah,
went to
that-
Howard. Shout out to him.
Can
Oh,
I?
wow, he did?
He went to Howard, yeah.
Wow, DC's on. Okay, I'm with that.
Yeah, that movie is still a long ways away. February seems like forever. I wish
Gotcha.
it was now, but
Yeah, before we know it.
yeah.
Yeah, before you know, we be lined up and getting them tickets, right?
I only
That's
go to
what's
the
up.
movie theaters.
But
I
let's
might catch
not
that one.
forget this week. Tupac's movie come out.
Oh, we can't
All
forget
Eyes
that.
On Me.
We can't
All
forget that.
eyes on
Can't
me.
forget that.
I purposely tried to slip that.
Comes out on June 16th, his birthday. But they do have early showings on Thursday, which where I will be.
Got you.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I hate to spoil the movie for y'all, but he dies at the end. But real quick, while we got you, Littles, have you seen the Pirates of the Caribbean?
I haven't seen a Pirates Caribbean movie since Part 2.
Got you. I'm actually a fan of it.
Me too.
It's my goofy go-to movie. I like it, for whatever reason. And I want to definitely check that out. But anyway, so there you have it. We're going to bring you more of that in the beginning of the show. We just building here, people. As you can see, we got a plan. We're going to become your favorite radio show.
I hope so.
Yes, sir.
While we on movies,
Go ahead.
what I need to know two things. First thing I need to know, what summer movies are y'all looking forward to?
Black Panther.
Black Panther?
Yeah, definitely.
Man,
Black-
can't wait.
Okay.
You mean this summer?
I mean this summer. This
Oh,
summer
this
coming
summer?
out.
Oh, this
This coming
summer?
out this summer.
I like
I say Spider-Man.
Hey, I'm going to say
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
I think
Early July, right?
Pop.
How about you, Lo?
Pop.
Spider-Man, definitely.
Pop? Okay.
I want to see Pac. Some people, I haven't seen
Okay.
any previews.
I
Very
don't
interesting.
want to
People
see
I feel
is like,
y'all. I
they
feel
don't
y'all.
feel like it's going to be.
I'm
as
looking
good.
forward to that Spider-Man. I'm looking forward to that Pac. I'll probably check them out.
I'm definitely.
Also,
Yeah.
Go ahead,
check out something called Baby Driver. That trailer is real
Yes.
dope. With
Oh,
Jamie
I
Foxx.
see what Jamie
yes.
Foxx
really
is.
That
Is it
looks
good?
like
Yes.
Baby Driver.
Stephen King got a scary movie coming out called The Dark Tower with Matthew
Yeah, with
McConaughey
Idris.
and
Idris
Idris Elba.
Elba.
Yeah.
That might be interesting. While we on movies,
Okay, go ahead.
let me test y'all a little bit.
Okay, let's do
Let
it.
me see if y'all been paying attention.
Let's do it.
A new Planet of the Apes movie is coming out
Yeah.
very soon.
Yes, indeed.
next
Have y'all seen Planet of the Apes?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, so both of them.
Let me ask y'all a question.
Okay.
How many of y'all knew Planet of the Apes was about black people?
I did.
I kind of figured.
Did
Well,
only make?
it's funny you say that. Well, I'm gonna let you finish.
Nah,
I
you
did.
Son, did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Lo, did you know that?
But it makes
I did
sense.
not- I did not know that.
Now that you say
It
it,
makes
It
sense
makes
though when you
sense.
think about it. It makes
Obviously.
sense.
The
Now.
original Planet of the Apes movie was a novel written by a French dude. I forget his name. You can Google it. It was written in the 1960s.
You know, let's-
He said he wanted to write a novel that made white people see what it felt like to be an oppressed race.
Wow.
So he wrote a novel where white people were the slaves and apes was the masters. But the apes
Wow.
are supposed to represent black people.
Wow. But I could
The
definitely see
author-
that.
The author's name was Pierre Boulez.
That's his name. They actually, in 1998, they made a documentary film. I believe it's on YouTube. It's called Behind the Planets of the Apes, where they break the whole thing down.
Wow.
It was all
Really?
about the civil rights movement.
Wow.
And he was
Wow.
trying to basically teach white people a lesson through a novel.
Okay, did you know that X-Men was based off the same thing?
Woo, John.
And
you going in deep.
And Professor Xavier and Magneto is Malcolm X and Martin Luther King.
I did know that.
I didn't know
Wow.
that.
A lot of our people
I didn't
don't
know that
know
either.
Yeah.
And
That's
a lot of
crazy.
our people love X-Men.
And one thing I'm gonna say too about Marvel is because we got the Black Panther thing out of the comic book. He has always implemented the black thing into comic books and
He definitely
superheroes and the whole nine. We just had the Netflix show
Luke Cage.
Luke Cage.
Yeah, I like that.
That's
Luke
Marvel.
I like
Cage was
that.
great.
Like I said, the X-Men is built off of civil
Mm-hmm.
rights. Then you have the Black Panther. You have,
Well, you know-
and then they're transitioning a lot of your normal characters, like the Iron Man is now a black female.
That's coming out soon.
and just different things like that. So yes, it's very prevalent in movies.
Piggybacking off what John said real quick, for those of y'all that don't know, Stan Lee did an interview many years ago where they was asking about the X-Men. Basically, the first X-Men came out in 1963. and he said he wanted to write a comic book based off of racial oppression and discrimination.
Yep.
Now, you got to keep in mind, at this time, the Nation of Islam was rolling real strong. And at this time, everybody who joined the nation replaced their last name with X.
Yep.
So that's where he got the idea of the X-Men. And like John brought out, he based Magneto off of Malcolm X because Magneto is a character who wanted to fight against the system, who wanted to fight back.
Yeah.
And he based Professor Charles Xavier off Dr. King because Dr. King was a person who wanted to integrate.
Exactly.
And in a recent interview, Stan Lee said he never intended Magneto to be a villain. He just intended Magneto to be a character with a different point of view.
Yep.
And a lot of people love the X-Men. Ever since I was a kid, we all loved the X-Men because that's our story.
Yep.
That's us.
And you know what's funny? Even before I knew that to be a fact, in me watching, even going way back to the cartoon of X-Men, the comic, I always peeped it. I was like, yo, this joint, I didn't know this was a fact, but I was like, whoever's doing this is basing it off
That's
of
us.
civil, the civil rights movement. And sure enough, that's exactly where it
I
came
got
from.
one more question for y'all.
Go ahead, hit us.
A very popular movie. Who seen The Matrix?
I have,
seen
of
it.
course.
Right.
Who know that's based off us?
I didn't know that.
Didn't know
A
that.
black woman wrote The Matrix. Now, she had to go to court for she's filed a lawsuit against the Wachowski brothers.
Okay.
That lawsuit went on for about 15 years.
Woo.
But she finally proved that The Matrix was her script. And she also wrote The Terminator, by the way. But she wrote The
Whoa.
Matrix. She won the lawsuit. And basically, The Matrix is about people who are plugged. If you ever seen the movie, people who plugged in The Matrix, it's an allegory. You think
Well, you be using them words.
the world is one way. From her point of view, she wrote The Matrix for people who don't believe systematic racism exists. This is how the world is. But once you finally get unplugged from The Matrix, you realize that the world is completely different, and it's a system that's purposely controlled for an outcome by people working behind the scenes.
Yep.
So when she wrote The Matrix, the original script was The Third Eye.
Yep.
So basically, when you plugged into the Matrix, you think this is how the world is. When you get unplugged, you realize you living in a system and everything you do is being controlled by higher power, and you have no control over what's going on. You just plugged in.
And it's funny you say that. Before I came here today, they're running Hunger Games marathon on TNT. And I've seen all the Hunger Games, and I just caught, how you see something, but then when you go back, I caught this, and the dude said in Hunger Games, have any of y'all seen Hunger Games?
I've seen it.
Okay.
Yeah. I've seen it.
So the dude said in Hunger Games, the old dude that's like over top of everything, he was saying they had to create basically a distraction for the people because when they were doing the Hunger Games, one of the sectors had rioted over something that happened within the Hunger Games, and he was saying the whole making them a couple, the two that end up winning the first Hunger Game, it was to be a distraction that people would get caught up in their relationship. So they put them on a tour to go to all the different sectors and talk about their relationship, and it was like a distraction. It was funny. I looked at my girl. I said, "Message." That's what they do. They create all these little things that we get caught up in as far as entertainment as distractions, so we won't focus on what's really going on. What's really going
Definitely.
on. Some deep stuff, man. Movies tell a lot. Simpsons
They
been
can.
predicting a lot of stuff over the years, man. TV and entertainment, man, it's a lot of messages in there. You got to pay attention. But speaking of civil rights and the X-Men and all this good stuff, and again, thank you, Littles, man. We appreciate that. And you
Great
bringing
breakdown.
that.
Great
Thank you for having me.
Oh yeah, man, and you can chime in whenever you want.
Yeah, see y'all next year.
No, man, you can chime in whenever you want. But speaking of the whole civil rights thing, did anybody catch the Bill Maher episode with Cube and Eric Dyson?
I caught it.
You caught it? Anybody else caught it?
No, I didn't watch it.
I caught pieces of it.
But everybody's familiar with the situation.
Yeah.
So who want to take the lead on this? I'll let you take the lead, Rep. What happened with Bill Maher?
Well, basically, Bill Maher, he was doing an interview, and he made a subtle joke about him being a house nigger. And he literally said, "I'm a house nigger."
Right.
And he got a lot of backlash for that, for using the word nigger.
And now, just from my understanding, where did the backlash come from?
Came from majority of the black community.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. And so that brings us to the HBO episode. So what happened was Bill Maher ends up having Ice Cube, and some other people come to the panel. Eric Dyson, that's his name, right?
Dr. Michael
Doc-
Eric Dyson, yeah.
There you go. Dr. Michael Eric Dyson came to the show
Right here in Georgetown.
just to, address the situation. And Scott, you've seen it. What did you feel about it?
Well, first of all, let me talk about what he said.
Okay.
I can
Bill-
play it real quick for us.
Okay, go ahead.
Before-
If you got it, go ahead and play it.
That's good morning. You're welcome. We'd love to have you work in the fields with us. Work in the fields? That's part of that basketball. You're welcome. I'm a house nigga. We'd love to have you work in the fields. Work in the fields? That's part of that basketball. I'm a house nigga. No,
So he said we would love to have you come work in the fields. And Bill Maher says, work in the fields? I'm a house nigga.
Mm-hmm.
And people were in an uproar about that.
I mean,
Go ahead, break it down, Scott.
Bill Maher's been on the air for about 24 years. I'm showing my age. I think I've been watching Bill Maher for 24
Me
years.
too.
I remember when this show was on ABC.
Politically incorrect.
Politically incorrect.
Yep, I've been
And
watching. Go ahead.
Over the years, Bill Maher has said a lot of slick stuff about black people I didn't like.
Okay.
Most recently, he said some stuff about Colin Kaepernick I didn't like.
Okay.
Now, Bill Maher has been called out before by other black celebrities.
Okay.
Wayne Brady called Bill Maher out not too long ago
Gotcha.
because Bill Maher was talking about he was blacker than Wayne Brady.
Exactly.
And Wayne Brady came out and was like, basically, Bill Maher looks at black people like a stereotype. Like, if you don't smoke weed and listen to rap music and use certain slang and dress a certain way, you not black. Wayne Brady called him out on that. Dr. Boyce Watkins, a few years ago, made a video calling out Bill Maher on his racism.
Gotcha.
Anne Marie Johnson, for us older folks, if you ever seen I'm Gonna Get You Sucker, she was the sister hopping around with the one leg. She called Bill Maher out on his racism on his show.
Wow.
Back when it was on ABC.
Wow.
Because he was trying to check her on how black people should feel.
Right,
And she
right,
was like,
right.
look, I'm a black person. I'm going to tell you how we really feel. So I wasn't surprised what Bill Maher said. He's been saying a lot of slick stuff about black people for a long time. And I have always suspected Bill Maher of practicing racism because of the way he speaks about us. A lot of people...
Racism or prejudice?
Racism.
Okay.
I have suspected him of practicing racism. A lot of people want to give Bill Maher a pass because he's like the cool white guy. He smokes weed. He listens to rap music.
He dates black women.
He dates black women, but I'm not giving him a pass, and I agree with Cube when Cube was on the show and he checked him. You can go ahead and take it, Rip.
Well, this goes to the whole thing of white privilege. And when you think about a lot of times when you have the white liberals, and the white liberals think a lot of times that it's okay to do things like this because they're helping our cause. And we can compare this to a situation with the Clintons. And you got Bill Clinton, he was the president. A lot of black people, they love him to death. They call him the first black president. But they don't realize that when Clinton was in office, the amount of black people that he put in jails through
put
a
a lot
lot
of
of his
A lot,
policies.
yeah. That he's still apologizing for still.
And this goes to the effect of when Bill Maher says that he's a house nigga, and he can joke about that, and he feels it's okay because he's made a couple of comments for our cause and stuff.
not a
And
couple.
That goes to the mentality, in my eyes, of the slave masters. And you have these slave masters, and then you have the divide between the field slaves and the house slaves. And this divide where you have the house slaves looking to the master as their hero, that they're one and the same as the master.
Right.
I forgot what comedian it was. He used one of the jokes he told where he said how a lot of the times the house slaves, they would use the term we when they would refer to their master. Like,
We sick.
we sick.
How we
balls.
feeling
Yeah,
today.
how we feeling today. So this comes down to the whole thing when you have these slave masters and they're able to put this divide between the house slaves and the field slaves. And then you have this mentality where some black people may let Bill Maher slide with it because he dates black women, or, he's made comments for things that go on and with our cause. But that's just perpetuating the whole thing of the house slave with the master, and that divide of you having one side of our community is bad, then you have another side that's good, and then we're fighting against each other. And he can sit around and joke about it,
Right.
but nobody won't really say nothing because
Well, you can't say nobody will say nothing because they saying something.
yeah. But I'm talking about as far as the house slave mentality.
Right.
You have the house slave mentality where they won't say nothing because they feel that he's spoken on our issues, and then they'll be fighting against the field slaves, and then we're fighting amongst ourselves. And he going along making these jokes, and it's okay.
It's that divide and conquer.
Yeah. So it's just it's no matter the way that I feel about it, no matter if it was a joke or not, he's still perpetuating this field slave, house slave, and master situation from 400, 500 years ago, and that's not cool. And I feel that no matter what issue that we have in the black community, whether a black kid is getting killed, somebody's making a joke or whatever, we need to speak on all these things. We need to come together on all these things. We can't just let stuff slide no matter what. We have to come together on everything.
Okay. Well,
And just to piggyback off of that, because not it's the same situation, but the Black Panther, the movie, has also been getting criticism for showing too black power and too militant, and basing that, what is it? Is it the cover photo with the man in the chair?
Because
saying because it resembles,
Huey Newton.
I don't. All that is BS to me. Let me tell you something. I look at finally we're getting recognized by Hollywood and being portrayed in other images other than being criminal or gangsters or whatever the case. So I don't even feed into that garbage. But getting back to the Bill Maher thing. Now, when I heard the joke, to be honest with you, I wasn't really surprised. I wasn't. There was no shock. There was no taking off guard or nothing for me. Because like Scott said, I've been watching Bill Maher for 20-some-odd years. Bill Maher say crazy stuff about blacks, about Muslims, about Republicans, about everybody, okay? And do I think the joke was funny? No. Do I think the joke was in bad taste? Yes. I think nobody should use the word, you know what I'm saying? Especially not white folk. Now me, I say it all the time. I am guilty. I use nigga all the time. But I feel like until I'm ready to heal myself of that, can't nobody tell me, and definitely can't no white person tell me I can't use it. Now, here's my thing, though. This outrage about Bill Maher, I get it, and I'm not knocking it. But here's my take on it. We've been talking and outraging and marching and preaching and for centuries about don't call us nigga, let's be equals, let's do this, let's do that, right? I'm saying, like what I said about police officers. People say, oh, all cops aren't bad. Well, if all cops aren't bad, I need the good cops to start stepping up and battling against these bad cops. I'm saying the same thing about these white people that come out and they say these things like, oh, I'm a house nigga. It's time for the white people that say they are not racist and that they understand what black people go through to start calling out and coming against these other white folk that say these different things. I think it's time for black people to take our hands off of that nonsense. This is my take. People do certain things because it affects you. When it no longer affects you, it takes the sting out of it.
Yeah.
Recently, they've had 2 separate incidents in the African American Museum where they found nooses hanging into black folk. Now, I'm not condoning it. I'm not saying it's okay to do that, but we got to stop reacting to everything. And it's time for these so-called white people that understand our struggle and say they are not racist to get. I think it will carry more weight if another famous, powerful white person got on Bill Maher's show and chewed Bill Maher out about what he said. It's time for them to check themselves. It's time for white folk to check white folk, just like it's time for black folk to check black folk. I think the part that frustrates me is that we go on his show and we sit down and Ice Cube say, it's nigga is our name now. We use that. But at the end of the day, really, what does that change? We just really wasted an hour of TV time at the end of the day. It's time for all y'all that say that y'all for us and y'all understand our struggle, step up. Start calling these people out. Start approaching these people. And they need to speak up. And it's not even so much of speaking up on the behalf of black people. It's the humane thing to do. Yeah. At the end of the day, we are all humans. If I walk outside my house and I see a grown man beating up on a little kid for no reason, I'm not gonna just walk by and be like, oh, that's the humane thing to do is be like, dude, that's wrong. Yeah. White, black, purple, green, yellow. You know what I'm saying? For Bill Maher to say, oh, I'm a house nigga, and if white folk can see that that's an issue and that's a problem, they should attack Bill Maher and came down on Bill Maher's street. At the end of the day, I feel like it's getting to the point where we're just repeating the same cycle over and over and over again. It's time for when David Banner was on Breakfast Club, what he said I think was so powerful. He said it's time for black folk to be more about black folk and stop worrying about what everybody else is doing. You know what I'm saying?
It ain't about hating nobody else. It's about loving yourself.
It's not about hating nobody else. It's about loving yourself. We're tired of what's happening to us in Hollywood. We need to start building more studios. We tired of what's happening with us in the job market. We need to start creating jobs for ourselves. That's my position. So Bill Maher said it. Whoop to do. But at the end of the day, Bill Maher don't change nothing in what's going on in my life and my circle. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna spend but so much energy on Bill Maher. Not when all this stuff is going on. And I feel like situations like that get over. Now, case in point, what's the comedian that did the Trump face?
Kathy Griffin.
Was nobody outraged about that? As bad as we dislike Trump, that was wrong.
It was wrong.
That was dead wrong.
I believe she lost her position at CNN because she normally does the New Year's Eve countdown with Anderson Cooper.
It was outraged about that.
She got fired, didn't she?
From the conservatives.
But
it was wrong though. Yes, it was wrong.
That was dead wrong. I didn't. Not a black person had a problem with that. I ain't hear not one. What I'm saying, and I get it because I didn't have a problem with it. But what I'm saying is this I hate to call it this, but this fake outrage. You know what I'm saying?
Fake outrage.
I got a better word. Selective outrage. Selective outrage. It's time for us as human beings to start treating each other like human beings. Period. Black, white, we need to get rid of color and start focusing on humans.
It can come down to that, but
these
are people who don't look at us as humans.
That's what I was just
man.
And
they don't see us as humans.
Back to my point. It's time for the ones that do need to start checking the ones that don't.
But when it comes down to Bill Maher, you got white people out here probably looking at Bill Maher like, oh, he cares about these black people. He cares about these people or whatever. But when he makes a joke like that on the national stage that he has, and they're sitting there laughing, then they think that it's okay for them to do it.
Yeah, but Rip, he does it about Muslims.
Mentality.
He does it about.
I don't care. That's a mentality. When we talking about black people and this mentality of this master and this house slave stuff, he is perpetuating that mentality.
You are absolutely,
and he's making it okay for them to think that they can go out there and do it as well. Just like when Trump was doing it on his side.
And that's what I'm saying. You are absolutely right. Nothing you saying is wrong. You are dead on it. But what I'm saying is, when has black folk attacking it changed it? It has never changed it in how many years now?
And that's why I say we need to go at everything. And when it comes down to us trying to just do for ourselves, when we try to do for ourselves, what they do, they come and destroy, just like they did back in Oklahoma with the Black Wall Street.
And we ain't done it since Black Wall Street. Am I right or wrong?
And we try to do stuff all the time and they come. But that's why I say we need to attack everything. We need to attack everything.
It's a battle that needs to be fought on multiple fronts.
No selective thing.
It needs to be fought on multiple fronts.
I totally agree.
We need to attack everything.
But it ain't Bill Maher.
Y'all brought up something. Can I sidebar for a quick second?
Go ahead.
few weeks ago, maybe not even 2 weeks ago. I was on the train, and a lady right next to me, middle-aged white lady, she was reading the paper. And they was talking about terrorism. All of y'all heard about what's going on. They catching hell over there in the UK.
Yep.
Manchester.
Supposedly.
All right. Manchester, the Ariana Grande concert, right? London, the terrorist attack.
Right.
So our train got delayed. The woman, she was asking me, isn't this terrible? What's happening? And I've said, of course it's terrible. Of course it's horrible. I just wish people thought it was horrible all the time. That goes back to what you said about doing the human thing.
Selective
Now,
outrage.
she asked me, what do you mean? And I said, hey, when these terrorist attacks happened over there, I seen all types of people. Everybody said it was horrible. Everybody said it was terrible. I agree. I seen people posting all over their social media. Pray for London. Pray for Manchester. But I said, when Trayvon Martin got killed, when Tamir Rice got killed, when Terrence Crutcher got killed, when Eric Garner got killed, it was a lot of white people that said they deserved it. And that was terrorism.
Yeah, definitely.
So now, when these terrorist attacks has happened over in London, everybody's crying, everybody's boo-hooing, pray for this, pray for that.
Yeah,
but when this happens to us, y'all saying we deserve it.
Where the benefits to help these communities.
And that's what I said. People have selective outrage. People get outraged about whatever their topic or their PowerPoint thing is. You know what I'm saying? When let's say Bill Maher come out and said things about,
everybody.
Here's a perfect example. He's atheist.
Yes, he is.
He goes ham on religion.
Yes, he does.
He
I know where you're going.
ham on religion. Nobody's outraged. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, what Rip is saying, if we're gonna attack it all. Not this select, not certain things or these things that are PowerPoint. So when everybody was outraged about the joke, I'm like, do y'all know how long? I said, y'all must know. Everybody I talked to, I said, y'all must do not watch Bill Maher.
I looked at it like, y'all not paying attention. This is Bill Maher. This is
him. It would have been like somebody coming in and saying, Tracy Morgan was on such and such, and he said he was going to get somebody pregnant. I mean, Tracy Morgan been saying that for 30 years. Where have you been? You know what I'm saying? So I guess for me, because I watched Bill Maher, I was like, y'all late to the party. This dude been off the chain.
Been on it.
You know what I'm saying? Been off the chain. Bill Maher says some things I agree with. Bill Maher says a lot of things I don't agree with. You know what I'm saying? I watch Bill Maher for a lot of reasons. His show does have a lot of variety of people, and I get familiar with a lot of political people that I would have never known.
I think it shows constructive. That don't change the way I feel about him. Exactly, I think it shows constructive.
Exactly. But to say, I just, at the end of the day, I think we spent too much time on Bill Maher. Bill Maher got too much TV time. I think Kathy Griffin got too much TV time. I think we give too much time to the wrong stuff. That's my personal opinion.
All the time.
All the time. There's things that happen every day that should take importance over Bill Maher. When I go down my timeline and my timeline is flooded with Bill Maher, I'm like, we are distracted again.
Again, exactly.
You know,
we're
that's
distracted again.
Well, like us, we understand that, but the normal people who just be on social media, that's all they focus on because they not trying to pay attention to nothing else. They only want to pay attention to entertainment stuff.
It's not that they're trying; they're refusing to.
Well, yeah,
you know what I'm saying? They want to live in that matrix, that false reality.
Yeah. Well, then you got Bill Maher. Then what about Jason Whitlock? What y'all feeling on Jason Whitlock?
He's that 4-letter word.
Now, Whitlock.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, thank you. You know, Lo.
Yeah.
He used what for?
He's a coon.
Yeah, this man is definitely a coon.
A raccoon.
Hey, son, you gotta get in here. How you feel about it? I know you know about Jason Whitlock.
I know nothing about what y'all talking about, so I'm gonna just fall back.
But Jason
and just
Whitlock
listen.
was basically saying that LeBron James has
no right
to speak about racism or to feel any racism against himself because he's a millionaire. He has money.
Let me say this.
You agree with that, son?
Yeah, son. Do you agree with that?
Let's get raw.
Hold on.
Let's get
because
raw.
the incident that happened was someone put some
I heard about that.
Some words, obscene words on his gate of his house in L.A.
Yeah.
So.
Go ahead, Scott.
Let me tell you something. I refuse to use this platform to name call another black man. What I will say is I have known who Jason Whitlock is a long time. A lot of our male audience probably knows he's a sports reporter.
I didn't know much about him till now.
The very interesting thing is, it is not.
Turn your mic on.
It's not. Jason,
Say that again. I'm
go ahead,
sorry.
Lo.
He does this all the time.
Wow.
Anytime there's a black athlete and there's something going on,
So he's their token person.
he
No,
is.
He's the house slave.
and that's why he was
And
saying that man is.
this is the mentality that I was talking about.
Got you.
I will
See, I don't know
say-
nothing about him.
Did it with LeBron. Did it with Cap. You know, he's notorious for that.
Wow.
Let me tell you something.
That's why I'm glad he's not on ESPN because I don't watch the channel he's on anyway.
Got you.
Jason Whitlock is a sports reporter, but he's become internationally known for his comments about social issues, more particularly
With black
about
people.
race.
Wow.
I will say this. Every time Jason Whitlock opens his mouth to talk about race, I disagree with him.
Yeah, me
Wow.
too.
That's all I got to say about Jason Whitlock.
100%.
Oh, another thing. This is what look, I'm not trying to badmouth the man, but I think it's very arrogant of him to come out like he is the person that
That
checks
speaks.
other black people
Right.
about race.
Right,
Like
right.
he's the authority. And
Right.
what I noticed is he's on a show with a person called Colin Cowherd. They have their own show. And Colin Cowherd has a lot to say about everything.
Yeah, he does.
But when it comes to race, he just sits back, let Jason Whitlock does all the talking.
Yeah.
And he act like he's totally confused and he doesn't know anything.
Hey, Colin,
and it's
he-
like, yeah, you tell him, brother, Black Power. next segment.
He definitely does.
That's all I got to say.
Colin speaks on everything.
So is that Colin saying, dude, you doing this by yourself, or is it him like trying to play dumb?
That's strategically him acting like, I've said this before. When it comes to race, white folks, they know.
Oh, of course.
They know.
Of course.
But when the spotlight puts on them, they act like, well, I don't know. Why don't you teach me?
Right,
Explain
right.
to me what's going on, Jason. I have no idea.
Right.
Why would someone paint the N-word on LeBron James's gate? What's
Right,
going on out
right,
here?
right,
Like,
right,
Why
right,
would somebody do that?
right.
I thought these days was over. Like, come on.
But once again, getting back, I think I showed a video in the group where it was a lady that bought a house in the neighborhood and they spray painted. I'm saying the word. They spray painted nigga on her house, and she was on the thing crying. Oh my God! Why would they do this? Da, da. That stuff bothers me because I'm like, at some point, y'all, we gotta stop letting that affect us. We got bigger fish to fry. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely,
Let's not spend. If somebody spray paint nigga on your house, see if you can get some witnesses. Call the police. If you can find out who it was. You want a vandalism claim. You want whatever comes with when somebody vandalizes your house. But to get bent out of shape over somebody writing nigga or hanging a noose, we got to get past that. We got to get past that. I think at this point we can't spend another minute on that petty stuff. We need to get to the meat of our problems and issues in our community and start moving forward, moving the culture forward, for lack of a better term.
It's past the time where we got to be emotional all the time.
Exactly.
Like we got to stop being so emotional.
Exactly.
We
There you
gotta
go. That's the
realize
word I'm
this
looking
is
for.
America we living in. These type of things is going to happen.
It's gonna happen.
Let's
Stop being
correct
emotional.
it.
It's never stopped
And
happening.
let's move.
It
It's never stopped happening.
It's never
It's
stopped
never
happening.
And the
stopped.
thing is, and I'm gonna keep beating this drum till people hear me. They do it because we let it.
We let it happen.
We let it affect us. You know what I'm saying? It's for instance, it's like if I was sitting in here and I was joning on you, right? And everybody in here laughing because I'm joning on you, right?
Yeah.
And then I turn and I start joning on Rip, and Rip get upset. It's like, well, wait a minute. Well, 5 minutes ago you was laughing,
Right.
and now you all been out of shape. You know what I'm saying? And so now I'm not going to joan on you no more. You know why? Because you was laughing when I was joning on you, but it's affected him. So if I want to get on him,
Poke the bear.
I already
I'm
know
gonna
what
poke
to
the
do.
bear. You know what I'm saying? If hanging nooses is gonna get us bent out of shape, they gonna keep hanging nooses.
Right.
Can I,
Like that's something new.
Can I jump in real
Go ahead.
quick?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
To piggyback on what you're saying, I agree. You should never. The worst thing you can do is ever tell someone or let someone know what pisses you off, because they're gonna
Gives
keep
them a whole lot of
doing it
power.
to get a reaction out
Exactly.
of you.
Exactly.
If I know talking about your height, it sets you off. Guess what I'm gonna do next time you piss me off? I'm gonna go straight to the jokes. For
Exactly.
You. Never let someone know what pushes you over the edge.
And to piggyback on what you just said, we've seen it with celebrities. They get in confrontations, and what's the first thing they do? Nigga. They call another black celebrity nigga because they know if they say that, that's going to get you. I can't beat you physically. You know what I'm saying? you probably superior to me in every way there is, but that one thing I can get you, if I call you a nigga, right? It's gonna be all over the timelines. I'm gonna go
Especially
viral, and it's gonna. You know what I'm saying? We gotta stop falling for the bait.
Here's the one last thing I'm gonna say about Jason Whitlock. I feel like every time he opened his mouth to talk about race, he says things he himself know is not true to purposely confuse his audience. I feel like he uses deception to try to confuse people about race for whatever reason. That's up to the audience. Do a YouTube search of Jason Whitlock. Listen to the things he's saying. Just ask yourself, does this make sense? He's playing a character on TV. He don't even believe in the stuff he's saying.
And it's funny. I didn't know nothing about this dude. I promise you, he's a new character to me.
I believe he came from the LA Times.
That's the only
I
thing
believe
I
he came
know
from the LA
about him when he
Times.
made
Yeah.
comments like that.
I just recently when he did something before the
he made
LeBron
comments
thing.
like-
Oh, he made plenty of comments over
Oh
the
yeah,
years.
he's
man.
been doing it a lot.
Plenty of comments
But
over
I'm
the
saying
years.
for me, I think it was the
He wasn't on your
Kaepernick-
radar.
Yeah, he wasn't on my. So I think it was the Kaepernick thing, and then it spilled over to the LeBron thing, and now I know exactly who he is. But before then, I didn't know that dude from.
I knew who he was 'cause
from a can of paint.
I used to watch ESPN all the time, and seeing him on those shows, so I knew who he was. But I also knew who he was, and so when that came out, I wasn't surprised. Like
And that's
just
probably-
like Bill Maher, he's the same way.
Yeah.
Let's not forget.
But Bill Maher is slightly different from Jason Whitlock. Jason Whitlock is some whole straight buffoonery.
Well, I just mean
Bill Maher's a mixture of things.
they're consistent in
right,
what they're doing.
Right, I got you.
Jason
I got you.
Whitlock been busy lately because before he said the things he said about LeBron, remember he put himself in the middle of that LeVar Ball, and when he went on
LeBron James.
That's what
that
it
show
was.
with that white lady,
That's
and she
what
was
it
getting
was.
on
Yeah,
him.
yeah,
That was
yeah.
Colin Cowherd's
Oh,
show.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And he
That's
decided
what it
he was
was.
going to speak up for her. Remember
That's
that?
what it
And
was.
Charlamagne the God gave him donkey the other day.
That's what it
and they was
was.
going back and forth.
That's
on
what it
Twitter.
was. It
So
was
he been
that.
busy.
It wasn't
We should talk-
Kaepernick. It was that
Stay in
situation.
your
We shouldn't
lane.
talk about
Ain't that
LeVar
what he
Ball.
said?
Huh?
We shouldn't talk about LeVar Ball because maybe if we stop talking about him, he'll go away.
I actually don't have a problem with LeVar
Me
Ball.
either.
I'm rooting for
I
him.
have no issues
rooting
with
for him.
what
I've
he's
never-
doing.
This is the first time in life that someone that's not the basketball player, his father's making me not like the son. If that
I
makes
got
sense.
you. I got.
It makes
I
sense
get what
to me
you
because
said.
I used to be on that wavelength, but
I
I've
was
turned.
too.
I've changed my mind on him.
Yeah.
And I love this argument because I have no issues with anything he does or says.
Neither do I.
Are you not supposed to be that way for your kids?
Yeah, I agree with that, but I
But
don't.
some
I
things
don't.
outlandish.
I don't. Yeah, I'm about to say I don't always agree with. I'm with him on his intent.
Not his delivery.
I don't always agree with his delivery.
Okay, but look at the time we live in. Social media is everything. People who use that platform to troll become famous,
That's true.
which means, oh, you already have a brand? Let me troll some more so I can get some more 1,000 people to go buy my T-shirts, socks,
That's true.
shoes that are
But
$500.
I said that in the past.
Yeah, John brought that up.
He playing the game perfectly.
Right.
It doesn't mean I have to agree with it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of things on social media I don't agree with. You know what I'm saying? Especially when folk get to talking and giving their sports opinion. But we're going to get to that in a minute. Quick thing. I'm going to segue real quick. How do y'all feel about Mary J having to pay money to her ex-husband
Get your money, King.
for spousal support? Do anybody know the amount? I want to know the
Who
amount.
doesn't?
30,000 a month.
A month?
30. Mary J has to pay dude $30,000 a month. And when I saw
It's a
that,
temporary order.
For how
because
long?
It's a temporary. They haven't put out for how long, but it's temporary because they already had a prenup agreement.
all right, I don't care. Let's say it's for 6 months.
As a man, how do you do
Hold
that?
on. Before you go there. When I heard it, I was very curious as to hear men's opinion of this. Because of course women went ham. He's a weak man. He's this, he's that. Although women have been doing this since the beginning of
Absolutely.
life.
And when it happens, women cheer it on like, get your money.
Yes, get your money.
Yeah.
So, fellas, talk to me. How do y'all feel about this?
From a man's perspective,
No,
like,
Lo was about to talk.
okay, go ahead.
I go first. So women have definitely been doing this forever. But I just like if that was me in that situation, but I don't want nothing tying you to me.
Right.
Even if it is $30,000 a month. Who cares? As
$30,000 a month is a lot of money.
I'm not saying it's not, but then you're still attached.
I agree
Emotionally.
with you. I agree with
you're
you.
still attached. How can you move on if you're willing to accept that? Like I'm not cool with it.
I feel you.
I'm
I feel
not
you.
cool
Go
with
ahead, Rip. What would you about to say?
As a man, just being an alpha male, I wouldn't want the money because I wouldn't want to look like
30. Hold on.
hold on. I'm gonna
big
get
check,
that.
brother.
I wouldn't want to look like a sucker, but at the same time,
That's a big
30.
check.
$30,000 a
a
month.
month.
Some people only make that in a year.
Yeah.
That's a big check.
$30,000 a month. So I mean, depending on how mad I was, like if she left me and I was mad on some mad stuff for the moment, then I'll probably be fine with it. Since it's a temporary order, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm okay with a temporary order.
What about you, son?
I got a question for you to
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Lo.
Oh, okay.
If you're that guy and you're that man in that situation, is it honestly worth being that petty? Because doesn't the woman still win?
No, but I'm just
like you really think she worried about some damn $30,000?
I'm coming from a joking standpoint, but
no, I'm just saying because someone out there really believes that.
Someone really
Believes what?
What are you saying? Like,
That they would be
I'm mad at the
They'll be
moment.
mad, so
You know
they'll
what I'm
take the
saying?
money.
Yeah.
Oh, well, y'all gotta wait to hear my. Go ahead, son. Go ahead.
Well, me personally, I think it's good he getting money. Like
So
on some real ignorant shit. I'm dead ass though. I really think it's cool that he deserved. I mean, women do the same thing. So
Speak on it,
basically,
son.
so if I'm a celebrity and I date a girl that I got her off the street, whatever, she have a baby by me, we break up. How does she get half of the money that I made before she got here? So why can't it be reversed? I see nothing wrong with
Equality.
Exactly. Listen, if I listen,
They did ask for it, right?
listen,
They did.
I pumped you like you pumped me.
Right.
So,
right.
I want the money
Scott,
too.
what's your take?
Two things.
Okay.
The first thing I thought about was women been asking to be treated equal for a long time, and they should be treated equal. Well, here you go. y'all being treated equal, and y'all got a divorce. She was she had way more wealth than him, and according to the court, they say she got to pay a check. Now, me being me, this is the second thing I noticed. Mary J. Blige, Halle Berry, Aisha Tyler, 3 black women in Hollywood that got separated from their spouses, and the black women ended up paying the man's spousal support. Now, Halle Berry and Aisha Tyler, they were both married to white men. I'm sorry. Mary J was the only one married to her brother. Now, if white women have been going through the same thing, I just don't know about it. But Serena Williams, watch it back. Because it was worth way more than that man you just married.
Oh, she is?
Serena worth $150 million. That dude only worth about $9 million.
Wow.
So, and if they get divorced, he going to get a check from her.
Wow.
So, I noticed that too.
Wow. Well, okay.
Hold on, let me get to it. What he requested was $129,000
A month?
per month.
Yeah.
He crazy as hell. But okay, so all right, so here we go.
One more thing on that real quick.
Go ahead.
In addition to the $30,000 a month, he was awarded $235,000 as a payment for spousal support and legal fees.
Wow.
Do we know how long they were together?
He got a check for $235 plus the $30,000 he getting a month.
Do we know how long they were together?
See if you can find that out, Littles, while I talk. Okay, so I only can equate it to my personal experiences in breakups, right? Now, I'm the dude that when I'm done, I'm done. I've lost bedroom sets over this. I've lost money over this. I've lost. I'm still mad to this day. I didn't get my Martin season DVDs in a divorce, but that's for another show. But I'm just the type that I'm with Lo. I don't want no attachment. When we done, we done. You can ask any of my exes. I'm the ex-boyfriend that never comes back and bother you. I don't care who you dating. I don't care who you with. I'm not texting you. I'm not emailing you. I'm not calling you. I'm not doing none of that. We done.
Once it's over, it's
I don't care who you with. It's over. We tried it. It didn't work. You go your way. I go mine. That's me. Now, with that being said, I've never broke up with a woman that could afford to pay me $30,000.
That's a heavy bag.
Month.
That's a heavy bag.
Listen. What does Cuz do for a living?
Can do.
Do he make money?
I think he was her
He was her
manager.
manager.
Okay, so it might be some deeper things.
The
mixed
question
in
was
with that.
he getting paid as the manager, or was he just doing it as the husband
Yeah,
and just
that's
living off of
true,
her?
yeah, true.
See, I was
They were married for 12 years, by the way.
okay. So they was together 12 years, and there's a possibility that this
Well,
this
then
runs.
he's entitled to something for 12
Yeah,
years.
especially if he wasn't.
But they had a
getting
prenup,
paid.
I believe, right?
Yeah, they had a prenup.
But what I'm saying is, if he, like Little said, if he was working as a manager or something like that,
That makes
in
things
this
different.
situation, that makes it a lot different to me.
Yeah,
but
it
I'm just
does.
saying, $30,000 a month is hard. I don't care who you could be,
taking
man.
it.
You could be big boss man all
That's a
you
lot of
want.
money.
I'm taking that 30.
When your lawyer sits you down in that office and say you could possibly get $30,000 a month, you gonna think about that.
Now let me jump in
Ain't no
for a
thinking,
quick
I'm taking
second.
it.
Yeah, that's a lot of money. For all the women who are outraged at this, was they outraged when Russell Simmons was forced to pay Kimora Lee an
No.
outrageous sum?
No.
Was they outraged when all these other celebrities was forced to pay their ex-wives or women
Michael
they had
Jordan.
children with
And look,
an outrageous sum
and
of
look,
money every month? I mean, come on now.
What people don't realize, it's funny you say Jordan. What people don't realize about Juanita Jordan was a millionaire without Michael.
I didn't know that.
She was a millionaire.
I didn't know that.
She herself was a millionaire. Now, of course, she wasn't worth what Michael was worth, but she was in the millions. People don't know that about Juanita Jordan.
know that.
And she still got money from Mike.
Hey,
That's just how it goes. You know what I'm saying? So this is a situation where the roles reverse. Now I'm saying I understand where y'all ladies is coming from, but if a dude had to pay y'all $30,000 a month, y'all don't want to hear nothing.
I don't think that's justice. I deserve
Because
that
they
money.
open their legs.
That's what they think.
It's crazy.
And I'm saying, black man, get your money. and it's trust me, it's a tough thing to say because as a man, you never want to be in a position where you like leaning or depending on a woman. You don't. That's like a tough situation to be in. But sometimes, I'll end it with this: all situations are not the same.
No, they're not.
No.
I'll end it with that. But since we on ladies and female celebrities, Amber Rose and the naked pic. Did y'all see that?
Yes,
Yeah.
Lord.
No. So, let me pull that up.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I saw it.
I saw.
so I want to know I want to know the fella's idea or what's your take on that situation. Now, Amber Rose to me is a very, 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 very beautiful woman.
She is.
She's a
You
very
can't
beautiful
deny that.
woman.
You can't
She's a
deny
very
that.
beautiful woman. But I'm curious, where y'all stand with this pic?
I personally don't see nothing wrong with the picture.
Okay.
It's really not showing. I mean, because you see hair.
Okay.
Like everybody has hair.
Right.
It's really not showing anything. If you really think about it, the picture. If you look at the picture, it's really not showing anything. Her legs is closed.
Right.
She have hair, so that's all you see.
Hold on. So
Right.
you say she's not showing anything. She ain't got
No,
no bottoms on, brother.
She not-
He's saying nudity
It's-
is art.
That's not.
Okay.
I mean,
You coming
if
from
look
the- you coming from the
if you
standpoint
look
it's
at
nudity
it's
is
like
art.
you don't see nothing. You don't know if the inside look higher.
We ain't got to get that deep.
Right.
So
I'm about to say.
You're just saying it's a
I'm just
beautiful,
saying.
it's a beautiful picture,
I
right?
don't see nothing wrong with the picture at all.
He's saying it as a beautiful artistic.
I'm not saying it's not
now,
beautiful.
now when
I'm
you
not saying
go
it's not.
when you go into art galleries, you see paintings and pictures of women naked,
Yes, you do.
boobs out.
Can
you
I say
see
something else
statues
about it?
Go
And
ahead.
men.
Real quick
And
though.
man, go ahead.
Real quick. Also, she got a top on, so that alone lets you know what she was going for in this picture.
What she was
Because
going
if she-
for? Explain, because I'm
No.
not sure. No, I'm serious. I'm so serious. I want you to
Nah, what
explain
I'm
it to
saying.
me.
Okay, look. You don't even have to blur that picture out. Like you don't have to blur nothing out on her body.
Okay.
She was going for like, hey, I'm kind of naked. I'm naked, but I ain't really naked. You don't see anything.
Okay.
You know, if that makes any sense.
Now you know that I
Because
think
she
it was
could've
for
took her
promotion
top
of the
off.
slut walk, right?
Yeah, but like my thing with all this slut walk stuff, I think it's dumb. I just think it's
Well,
dumb.
what is the slut walk about?
It's about a feminist movement. It's about her being brave to be a feminist and all that other crap.
Okay.
Whatever. I think it's dumb because I just feel like it's thirst trapping. I feel like it's trolling for
Okay.
attention. You're looking for attention based off of your physical body, and you're doing too much to show that physical body in order to get that attention.
I got you.
And I feel like me personally, I don't want no woman like that. I don't want no
Agreed.
damn woman like that because
feel
I
you.
feel like you got some real insecurities with yourself that you feel like your
Get 'em,
physical is the only thing that that adds value to yourself and that you can show to the world that is valuable for you.
So you was disgusted by the picture.
I mean, I wasn't disgusted. But I'm saying, I just think it's dumb. That is not, if I'm thinking about a feminist movement, that ain't what I'm thinking about.
Got you.
Walking around naked, talking about you're a slut. That's
Got you.
stupid.
But to piggyback off what he's saying, not only would I not want a woman like that, you have a son.
what I was gonna
And
bring
now,
up.
like, he thinks
I
that's
didn't even
okay.
think about that.
You understand what I'm saying? Like,
Okay.
kids young, really fast. I don't care how fast somebody may say in evaluating their growth.
Right.
Kids pick up on stuff really fast. You
yeah.
cannot allow that to be appropriate. You know what I'm saying? Whether your son sees it right now or not, he's going to see it.
Yeah.
His friends are going to talk
She has
about
a gang
it.
of pictures out there. So if someone doesn't like him in school, what you think they're gonna bring up with him?
Exactly.
She has
Piss him off.
she has a bunch of nude pictures out there. This ain't the
That's
one.
what I'm saying. Like,
But she
he's
ain't-
going to,
she ain't
that's
the
the
when it
first going to
comes
come
out,
out.
it's all about her. It
Yeah.
seems like it's all about her.
Yeah.
And I just read something real quick. If I can
Go
read
ahead,
it.
Lou.
The official definition of Amber Rose is slut walk. I can give it
Yeah,
real quick.
definitely.
It says is a protest is a movement of protest marchers calling for an end of rape culture, including victim blaming and slut shaming of sexual assault victims.
So you walk around naked to prove that? What the hell?
Just
Like
so people.
it's like they're taking the word slut back. Like you're not gonna hurt me with this word anymore. Basically, what they're saying.
Almost like what I'm saying
Yeah,
about,
about
nigga.
That nigga. Yeah.
Just so
That's
people
their
know.
way of saying it.
Amber Rose didn't start this. It started in Canada. Some other feminists
Yeah,
in
she's
Canada
bringing
started
she's
it.
bringing
but she's
popularity
bringing it,
to
yeah.
Well,
here.
none of them started nudity. Nudity
No, that's
started
been around
in the
for a long
garden.
time.
You want to get your take? Go ahead.
Let me give my take real
Okay.
quick. Certain things to me are just very obvious. And sometimes it surprises me when it's not obvious to other people. It's obvious to me. Amber Rose, her entire brand is based off her looks and her popularity.
Oh yeah.
She's
definitely.
not known for being a singer.
No.
She's not known for being an actress.
No.
She's not known for being a writer.
So
She doesn't have a song she can promote.
So she's working with what she
Right.
got.
She don't have a movie she can promote. The only
she
thing
was known for being Kanye's girlfriend.
Exactly.
A former
I
stripper.
brought her in the game.
And Kanye.
The only thing she can promote is her look.
That's true.
Now, how many pictures is she going to post of her in a bikini on the beach? How many pictures is she going to post of her in the club twerking? We done seen a million of those.
She gotta
Right.
keep pushing the limit.
In order for her to promote herself, she got to keep pushing the envelope, and she got to do something like this. She has to trend.
Yeah.
And the only way she can trend is if she's dating somebody new, or if she posts pictures of herself naked. I mean, that's the only thing we haven't seen yet.
That's
But you know,
true.
and then when you say that,
Well, we actually had.
there's nothing different from what she's doing to what anybody who sells anything.
And I'm not saying it's the
Exactly.
bad. I'm not
You know
saying
what
it's
I'm
the
saying?
bad mouth
Yeah.
Amber Rose.
Right.
I'm just saying it is. I realize that her brand is based off her look.
Right. Most
That's how she get her checks.
And I don't see nothing wrong
That's
with
how she get the opportunity to host TV shows on VH1. That's
she's
how she get the
she's just like-
opportunity to do club
She's
hosting.
just like the most popular Instagram model. They do the same thing on a lower level.
Mm-hmm.
They post thirst traps in the middle of basketball games to get you talking about that. They know what they're doing. Everything's
Mm-hmm. Right.
calculated
I think it's
on
sad.
social media.
I think it's sad, honestly.
You think it's sad that they should get naked on?
I think it's sad that they have to exploit themselves like this.
for the attention,
Yeah.
for the money.
For money.
Mm.
They are getting paid on
Can
social
I-
media.
But then you're not a prostitute.
Can I just say one thing on the whole slut walk thing?
Go ahead.
This is one of the reasons why I get labeled a women hater, even though I am not a woman hater. I love women. But I think if you are a slut, you should be ashamed. That's not something you should be proud of. I don't understand
Exactly.
women that walk in the parade with no top on or no bottoms on, or dressed inappropriately in public, holding signs talking about I'm a slut. That don't make any sense. Why are you doing that? If you proud to be a woman, if you fighting for women's rights and women's power, put some clothes on.
You almost.
That's my point of view.
You
can
almost
disagree.
saying like what I say about a lot of things, and without going deep into it, but take the gay pride thing
Okay.
that in that whole movement.
Wasn't that this weekend?
Yeah, it sure was. Enough, and I'm not saying this to say anything against gay people or whatever. You love who you love, but I am saying I don't understand why I gotta know it.
This goes back to exactly what you said about doing the human thing. When does the line of common decency get crossed? Like, you out in public, it's grandmothers, it's children, it's families out there. Why are you walking around with your private parts hanging out, talking
Yeah.
about I'm proud of it.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Man.
Yeah.
I don't get that. Maybe it's
cer-
just me.
Yeah, it's just
I'm
certain
with you.
things. It's you have a when you talk about being gay or whatever, it's a sexual preference. That's all it is.
Right.
At the end of the day, it's a sexual
What
preference.
you do behind closed
What you
doors
do
is your
behind closed-
business.
is
I
your
don't
business.
care. I don't want to know about
It's,
it.
I don't. That's why I don't understand that very comment. Why I understand why people. Why I don't understand why people have such an issue with it. It has. Why does it affect you so much?
Well, I
If
don't
it's
think it's so
not
much.
you.
I don't think people. Well, I ain't gonna say that. I'm gonna speak for me. It's being gay and or whatever. That's like you said. That's your thing. I don't understand. I get confused, and I don't want to get deep into this because I don't want to go down this road. But I just get confused with why it has to be flamboyant. I think it's the flamboyant.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
It's the
It doesn't have to be
flamboyantness.
outright out like that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
it's the-
saying?
Because like you said, it's a sexual preference.
It's a preference. It's the flamboyantness of it that sometimes
Yeah.
gets me. That takes
Yeah.
me back. Like
you ain't got to do all that.
You don't have to do all
know what I'm
that.
saying?
You know what I'm
can
saying?
still be you.
Yeah. So, but I don't want to go down that road. So, fellas, good stuff here, man.
Meat and potatoes.
Rocking and rolling.
It's the You and You podcast, You and You Radio on YouTube. Make sure you check that out. We try to get our new shows up every Tuesday, unless they don't go up on Tuesday. But if you subscribe, you will always know when a new episode is up.
We're gonna keep you posted.
And do them shout outs. Do them shout outs real quick.
Shout out to Littles on the side.
Thank you very much.
Shout out to G Deck. And the apparel, all the items that you see us, the unproductive, unapologetic t-shirts, cups, towels, socks, you name it, it's because of G Deck and his beautiful, beautiful wife,
Doing it
Carletta
out here.
Deco.
Support black business.
Support
Some of
black
you and you
business.
apparel.
Support black business. We also got the book.
Hypocrisy in America. I'm still here, y'all.
Yes.
I appreciate all y'all support.
Tell them where to
Yes.
get it. Tell them where to get it, Scott.
Oh, Amazon.com. Hypocrisy in America, Amazon.com. Also, my first book is on there. Systemic Racism and Capitalism, Alliance of Oppression. A lot of people like that first book.
Yeah.
That first book, I sell at
I
least
liked it.
4 or
That was a
5
good
units
book. Yeah.
every month with no promotion.
Yeah.
So I appreciate all y'all support. Hey, if y'all pick up the book and you have a chance to read it, take 30 seconds and leave me a review.
Hey.
Just 30 seconds.
There
You
you
ain't got to
go.
write a whole dissertation.
There you go.
You can write one sentence.
And
I
also
read it
on our
already.
Appreciate it,
YouTube,
brother.
on our YouTube channel, we want all the feedback. You know,
feedback.
good or bad. We
Give it
want to
to
know.
us.
We want to.
And
We
last but not least, a member couldn't be here today, so shout out to Waves.
Shout
Oh,
out
yeah,
to
most
Waves.
definitely.
Shout out to Waves.
most definitely
Don't
Waves.
forget about that Greatest I Am blog.
The
Y'all
Greatest
got
I
to
Am
subscribe
blog.
to that.
Give them the blog,
Check
bro.
me out, greatestiamblog.com. I'm on IG, greatest.i.am.blog.
There you have it. It's the You and You podcast, everybody. Listen, get on there, comment, let us know what you like, what you don't like. We are open to it all. We want to become your favorite show. That's what we here for. It's the You and You podcast, baby. What episode is this?
6.
Episode 6. So we still young, we still babies, but we do it big. Real big.
So is it time?
It's time.
Is it time?
It's time.
Here we go.
But we're going to take a break. It's the You and You podcast, baby. We be right back.
Yep.
Show some attention. 20 niggas have showed them attention.
Facts.
So women don't trip off attention like men do. Okay? Now when a man gets some attention from a woman, we geeks.
Yes.
Because that don't happen
Yeah,
to us all the time.
Except Rip.
Except Rip.
You know?
Like Rip said, everybody subscribe on YouTube. You and You Radio. That's the letter U, the and sign, the letter U, radio.